Welcome to Euro Football Daily, where today we're bringing you the top 10 players who have flown under the radar in the 2015-16 season. 10. Bruno Soriano. The captain of the Yellow Submarine has spent his entire career at Villarreal, even staying with the club when they got relegated to the Segunda Division. Perhaps that's the reason why Bruno doesn't get as much recognition as he should do. Playing as a defensive midfielder, Bruno is the metronome of the Villarreal side, with his wand of a left foot spraying the ball wide or short with an impressive pass completion rate of 86% in the league in 2015-16. Bruno is also a great defender in the middle of the pitch, winning 54% of his duels. That's 10% more than combative midfielder Arturo Vidal, whilst he also averages 3.3 interceptions a game. That's more than Sergio Busquets. His season was so impressive, he was called up to the Spain squad for Euro 2016 at 32 years of age. 9. Jorginho. Moving from one register to another, Jorginho is the unsung hero of Napoli's side. The central midfielder was not only the heartbeat of the team with his superb recycling of possession, but he also had an end product with his passing, creating 2 chances a game from deep. In comparison, Napoli's attacking midfielder Marek Hamšík only just edged him out, creating 2.59 chances a game. The fact that he also completed an average of 108 passes a game with 91% completion ranks him higher than the likes of Gundogan, Xabi Alonso and Luka Modric. Not content with just being on the ball, Jorginho is an industrious player who manages 2.5 interceptions a game and wins a respectable 42% of his aerial duels. At just 24, there's still a lot more to come from Jorginho, and no doubt if he keeps these performances up, he'll be playing for an elite side very, very soon. 8. Ruben Castro. Like the aforementioned Bruno, the brilliant Ruben Castro stayed loyal to his team and dropped down to the Segunda Division with Betis for a year. Nevertheless, during his time with Los Verde Blancos, he netted 134 times in 244 games, scoring 19 in 38 in the season last year. That's the second highest for a player not playing for Madrid, Barca or Atletico Madrid. With Castro in the side, Betis managed an impressive 10th place finish. Without him, however, they might have finished bottom, as the Spaniard was responsible for 56% of their goals scored. Here's the best bit though, we've not even mentioned the most staggering fact yet. He did all of this aged 34. That's an almost Di Natale level of success as a veteran. Betis will be hoping that Ruben Castro's legs can hold out for at least a couple more years. 7. Lucas Perez. Lucas might not be underrated by those in serious footballing circles, as his most recent move to Arsenal showed, but the fact that his transfer led many to question who he actually is means his great season last year went largely unnoticed. After embarking on a European tour in Ukraine and Greece, Perez found himself back at boyhood club Deportivo in 2014. A slow first year led Depor to try Lucas up front rather than his usual wing spot, and he flourished, scoring 19 league goals and netting against the likes of Valencia, Atletico and Barcelona. He even scored a goal in 7 consecutive games, a streak that equalled Bebeto's record at Depor. Lucas finally got his big break at 27 years of age with a move to Arsenal in 2016, with Graham Hunter also revealing that Barcelona tried to sign the striker too. If it all goes to plan for Wenger, Lucas might not be underrated for much longer. 6. Hakim Ziyech. Another recent mover, Ziyech joined Ajax in 2016 for a low 11 million euros. The 23-year-old attacking midfielder was probably Twente's only shining light after the Tuckers finished in an embarrassingly low 13th position. Nevertheless, Ziyech bagged 17 goals and got 10 assists in the Eredivisie. That's making up a 55% total of Twente's goals in the 15-16 season. He also scored 2 in 4 before he left to go to Amsterdam and will now show off his talents at a higher level in the Europa League. This level of productivity at such a young age is rare, although Mattia Kezman actually managed more goals than games for 2 seasons on the bounce whilst at PSV. So hopefully there's a happier ending for Ziyech than there was for the former Chelsea flop. 5. Josip Ilicic. The old cliche of he's got a great touch for a big man has never been more suited to someone than Ilicic. The 6'3" Slovenian was on fire for Fiorentina last season, scoring 0.6 goals per 90 minutes, a better return rate than established marksmen such as Carlos Bacca and Mauro Icardi. Not just limited to putting the ball in the back of the net though, Ilicic was one of the Viola's most creative players, averaging 2.21 chances created per 90 minutes. The big man also seems to be a danger anywhere on the pitch, even scoring brilliant free kicks against Torino and AC Milan. Ilicic is currently in his prime as a player at the age of 28, and although a big move seems unlikely, he could still make his mark in Italy just like Higuain did in 2015-16. 4. Dario Serna. Loyalty is the only reason that Dario Serna has always been underrated and still is in 2016. Since his move to Shakhtar in 2003, Serna now holds the club record for appearances with an unbelievable 500 games played. To call him a club icon would be a disservice, as the Croatian has won 8 league titles, 6 Ukrainian Cups and a UEFA Cup during his stint in Donetsk. His consistent performances didn't only happen at club level though, as he also made over 130 appearances for Croatia before retiring after Euro 2016 as their most capped player in history. During his time at Shakhtar, he's rejected offers from Bayern Munich and Chelsea because of that loyalty. But what makes him a true hero is his charitable gestures, such as buying match tickets to give to orphans and buying and donating 20 tons of tangerines to a primary school during the war near the region of Donbass. Truly underrated as a player, but also as a man. 3. Claudio Marchisio. Juventus might have lost Pogba in the summer of 2016, but many avid watchers of the Turin side might feel the club kept hold of their best midfielder, Claudio Marchisio. Il Principino has been a consistently overlooked figure in the midfield, with Pirlo, Vidal and Pogba all getting the limelight. This might not actually be a bad thing for Claudio though, as he can quietly go about his business as an all-action box-to-box midfielder, getting more interceptions and having a higher pass completion rate than both Pogba and Vidal could manage. Unfortunately, Marchisio suffered an ACL injury, which ruled him out for 6 months and left him missing Euro 2016 though. When he's back, he may be in the shadows again, with the Bianconeri adding Pjanic to the mix, but have no doubt that it's Marchisio that makes the star players sparkle. 2. Miguel Layún. From a Watford outcast to a Porto mainstay, Layún has thrived in the Portuguese league. The Mexican with Lebanese and Spanish descent is a right-footed left-back who is a consistent danger every time he's in an attacking position. Layún managed an incredible 19 assists and 7 goals in all competitions in 15-16 from a fullback position. That's more goal contributions than Jordi Alba, David Alaba and Marcelo managed combined. Now that is seriously impressive. Vincent Aboubakar was the main beneficiary of Layún's world-class crossing ability, as the striker netted 18 goals last year. Miguel's ambidexterity with both feet causes fullbacks mayhem, as there's no weak side to show him onto. 1. Roberto Firmino. For those of you that already rate Roberto Firmino, well done. For those questioning why he's on this list, you're about to be surprised at how effective the top-knotted Brazilian is. Despite a slow start under the reign of Brendan Rodgers, Firmino burst into life under Jurgen Klopp. The Brazilian averaged 0.45 goals per 90 minutes. Some of the strikes were in big games too, with him netting twice against both Manchester City and Arsenal. To put that into context, PFA Player of the Year last year, Riyad Mahrez managed just 0.5 goals per game, not a million miles away from the ex-Hoffenheim star, who also created more chances per game than the Algerian. Roberto has quietly but effectively become a serious source of end product for Klopp's Liverpool side and is probably the best Brazilian at the club ahead of Philippe Coutinho. There's no doubts then, if he continues to flourish under Jurgen Klopp, that he'll be due his recognition sooner rather than later. So those are our 10 most underrated players in world football, but who are yours? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, why don't you check out our top 10 legendary club icons? And as always guys, please do like and subscribe.